Dear students, fill the feedback form which is posted in the chat box. Did you find the chat feedback form? Can anybody respond? Yes. Okay, do it now. I'll give 5 minutes time. If you are done with the feedback, message me. Right? Make it fast, ma. Yes, have you done? Shall I continue with the class? Have you done? Shall I continue with the class? What about this Anupam, Shivani? No response from these people. I'm getting response from the people, same people. Yes, Naveen, Rohit, Varshita, Shravya, yeah, Gaush. Okay, so you have done with your feedback. Yes, hope everybody have given your feedback. Hope everybody have given your feedback. Yes or no? Yes, right. Right. Okay, we'll continue with the class. Now I'm going to share the screen to you. Okay. Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen, all of you? Yes. Okay. So what we have discussed in the last class? Only topics what we have discussed in the last class. In the last class, what we have discussed? What we have discussed in the last class? We have seen how do we create manipulators as well as user defined manipulators and how to use that manipulators in our examples. Yes. Now today we are going to start with the file streams. Okay, today we will start with the file streams here. So before going to that file stream, I just want to show you one hierarchy here, right? How we have done with all these things. Okay, first see iOS is a base. Okay, in iOS class, in this we have iStream and OStream. Okay, in this we are having iStream and OStream. Okay, under iStream, again we are having iStream, iOStream and OStream. Yes, this we have seen. Then coming to iOS stream. Then coming to iOS. Then coming to iOS stream here, right? What we have iOS stream we are having this one, right? This is an iOS stream where we have iOS stream that we have handled by using cin and cout, right? Then F stream. Under F stream, okay, under F stream we are having IF stream, input file stream, and OF stream. It's a file pointer, file buffer we are having. Then in the same way we are having string stream. Okay, in the same way we are having string stream. Okay, in this string stream, what happens? We have again I string stream, then O string stream. That is, I string is for input stream, O string stream is for output stream. Right? How we have file buffer, in the same we are having string buffer for a S stream. Okay, so the header file we are including for this will be IO stream. Okay, for files we are including will be F stream, and this will be for S stream. Okay, then what is a file stream? Okay, what is a file and what is a file stream here? See, file is nothing but It is a data stored in a particular area on a disk. Right? File is nothing but it is a data stored in a particular area on a disk. That is nothing but a file. Right? So whenever you wanted to apply the concept of files here, we have to retrieve that particular data from the disk. Okay, and perform the operation here depending on the here when the perfect write. Okay, either read as well as write. Now perform input or right, any input or in the same way. In the same way, we have file stream. Okay, as we have IO stream, in the same way we are having a file stream. That stream is this okay now? Yes, ma, is this okay? Now can you hear my voice? Is my voice clear to you? Okay. Okay, ma. Right. So IOS is as we are having IO streams, in the same way we are having file streams. Okay. In the same way we are having file streams. Right. In this file streams, right, file streams, it acts as an interface between the programs and the file here. It is going to act as an interface. It is going to act as an interface between the program and the files. Okay, is this clear now, Sridhar? Is my voice clear now, Sridhar? Sridhar, is my voice clear? Ramavat Sridhar, KMIT. Okay, right. So file stream, how we have IO stream, which is acting as an interface between the input and output. In the same way we are having file streams, which acts as an interface between the programs and the files. Okay, between the program and the files. Okay, between the program and the files here. So the stream that supplies data to the program is called an input stream. Okay, the stream. Yes, Gaush, is my voice clear? Gaush, Gaush, check with your internet connection, ma. Rahul, is it clear? Is my voice clear? Rahul, yes, Gaush. Okay. Right, the stream that supplies data to the program, which is called as input stream. Okay, it is an input stream, and the one that receives data from the program. Okay, the one that receives the data from the program is called output stream. Is called output stream here. So when we write any program in IO streams also, we were concerned with the input stream and output stream. Now here also, when we are writing the program with the files, we are concerned with the input stream as well as output stream here. So input stream is nothing but which supplies data to the program. Output stream is receives the data from the program. Okay, which receives data from the program. That is nothing but an output stream. Okay, then, so whenever we perform any input operation which involves creation of a file or input stream, right, then what we do is we are going to first perform, okay, we are going to first create an input stream and link it with the input file. Okay, when you are performing an output stream, output operation, then we are going to establish a connection with an output stream and then we are going to link with the output file. Okay, and then we are going to link it with the output file here. Are you following, children? Students, are you able to follow? Are you able to follow? Yes, okay. Right. Can you explain again? Okay, Gaush, I'll explain it. See, when we are performing any operations on streams, we need to create a stream here, right? We need to create a stream. So, okay, I'm explaining, need not worry, no issue, right? So when we are performing any operations on files, we have to create an object to the file stream object here. So it depends on the context here, whether you want to perform input operations or output operations. Okay, it depends on whether you are creating an input operations or output operations. In case if you wanted to perform any input operation, then you need to create an object to an input stream and link it with, okay, that means input stream object, and we are going to link that with the file. In case if you are creating an want to perform any write operation, then we are going to create an object to an output stream, that we are going to establish a connection with the output stream object. That is what here I have mentioned here. Input operation involves the creation of an input stream. Okay, input operation involves the creation of an input stream. Okay, output operation involves, okay, establishing an output stream object here, establishing an output stream object, and we are going to link that with the program and the output file. We are going to link that with the program and an output file. Is this clear, Gauss? Till here? Till here only I have explained. Okay, thank you. Then we have file input and file output stream. See what I told you here. Input stream is nothing but it involves the creation of an input stream and link it with the program and input file. Okay, link it with the program and file here. So what is happening? Input stream we are having. We have an input stream that we are linking with the program. Okay, we are supplying an input stream object, and then we are linking that with the program here to the input data here, right? Then in case if you are having an output stream, we are going to write data into the file, and then we are going to retrieve the data from the program, then stream and write it to the disk. Is this clear? Then file stream classes. What are different file stream classes we are having? Right, we have a set of file handling methods. Okay, we are having set of file handling methods. Those set of file handling methods are if stream, that is input file stream, OF stream, that is output file stream, F stream is for file, right? Using these classes in our program, we are going to include a file stream here. We are going to include an header file called file stream, right? Then these classes are derived from a F stream class. Okay, these classes are derived from a F stream class. Okay, now you can see here OF stream class to write on files. Okay, OF stream class is that is output file stream to write on files. IF stream to read from files. Okay, IF stream is used to read from files. OF stream is used to write on files. Then F stream class to both read and write from or to files here. That is for both input as well as for output. O stream is for writing on files for reading. That is what O is for output stream, I is for input stream, that is reading. F stream is for both read as well as write. Is for both read as well as write here. So we can see the classes hierarchy, how it is done. See iOS, under this iOS we have iStream, okay, iStream, OStream, right? So in the same way we are having iStream, same way this is for iOStream class, right? Now in case if you are handling for file, we will have IF stream, F stream, and OF stream. Okay, the base class is going to be F stream base. Okay, base class is going to be our F stream base here, right? So when you are using IO stream, the header file we are including was IO stream file, right? Now, in case if you are writing any program or using IF or OF or F stream, then we are going to include an header file called F stream. Okay, we are going to include an header file called F stream. This is stream classes for file operations. Is this clear? Are you there, students? Yes or no? What is a file but? See, just now I told file is nothing but, right? File is nothing but it is a collection of related data. Okay, file is nothing but it is a collection of related data. See, I have highlighted also. See, file is a collection of related data stored on a particular area on a disk. Okay, stored in I'll tell what is file buff. I'll tell in depth about what is this file buff, all these things, right? Okay. See, you can see the file stream classes here. I have one is IF stream, OF stream, and F stream. Okay, I'm having IF stream, OF stream, and F stream. Yes. One second. Okay, see, you can have three classes, like one is IF stream. Okay, this is an IF stream. Then we have another one is OF stream. Okay, we are having OF stream. Then the next one is we have is F stream. Okay, then the next one we are having is F stream, right? So this first you can see this. What happens here with this IF stream provides input operation. That means it is used for doing input operations. So when we are opening a file, okay, and we want to perform an operations on input file, we have functions called, okay, we are having a functions called get function, get line function, read function, seek g function, and tell g function. Okay, these are the functions we have for input stream, that is input file stream, right? Then OF is for providing output operations, and it contains files called as put function, functions called as put, seek p, tell p, and write function from a O stream. Okay, and write function from the O stream. Now F stream, which can be used for performing both input as well as output. Okay, F stream can be used for performing both input as well as output. So it inherits all the functions from I stream as well as O stream classes. That is through IO stream. Okay, it is going to inherit the classes from I stream as well as O stream. Okay, then coming to the file buff. Okay, then coming to file buff here. So what is this file buff? File buff is nothing but its purpose is to set a file buffer to read and write. Okay, it also contains a constant called as open protocol, which is used in open file. Also contain close and open as members. It also contains close as well as open as members here. So then the next one we have is file stream base. common to file streams, serves as a base for fstream class, ifstream class, and ofstream class. It contains methods like open and close. Okay, it contains methods like open and close. Here, is this clear, Venkateshwarama? Okay. Now you can observe the same IOS, iStream, IOStream, file, IFstream. See this upper part, whatever I have in the upper part, like the complete thing I have here, right? This will be included under IOStream. Right? This will be included under IOStream. Right? Then whatever you have at the bottom, right? Whatever you have at the bottom, will be included under fstream file. Okay, will be included under fstream file. See which I have over here, right? Underline, that is on the fstream file. Then this is an iostream file here. Then the operations we are going to do when you are performing opening a file here. See, we are going to open a file. Okay, we are going to open the file with the name. Okay, see, whenever you are giving any writing some content on a file here, the first thing you have to do will be open the file. Okay, that is giving the name of a file. We are going to give the name of a file. We are going to give the name of a file here. Then we specify the data type and structure and what's the purpose and what in which mode you are opening the file. Okay, opening method we specify. We have different ways of opening a file, so that we are going to specify suitable name of file, data type and structure, purpose and opening method. Okay, so file name is nothing but a string of characters. File name is nothing but a group of characters. It contains two parts. One is the primary name. Right? This is a primary name. And the second one is a extension name we see. Okay. The second one is an extension name that is generally written after the point. See, for example, if I wanted to write, okay. See, for example, if I wanted to write any file, I wanted to write any file name, right? So I'll be writing the file name as sample. Okay, I'm writing the file name as sample. This is my primary name. Then after this, if I specify dot, right? Dot. If I write like txt, if I'm writing like txt, okay, I'm writing like txt, sample dot txt. Okay, so the first part is called as is a primary name, and the second part, which is an extension, is called as a after the period, that we are calling as an extension name. So you can see an examples also here. I have taken input dot data. Okay, here I have taken input dot data. This is here again. What is the primary name under this? What is the primary name I have under this? What's the primary name I have under this? Input. And what is an optional extension we are having? And what is an optional extension we are having? That is a data, right? It's a data. Second one we are having test.doc. Primary name is test, and dot after dot. Whatever we have, that is an extension name, right? That is an extension name. Clear? See, for opening a file, initially a file stream is created and is linked. See, the thing is clear here. Whenever we want to perform any operation on files here, first thing is we have to create a stream. Okay, file stream. Whether it is I stream or O stream or F stream, it depends here. We can, first thing is we have to create the file stream. Then we have to link that to the file. Okay, then we have to link that to the file name we are having. Clear? See, a file stream can be defined using the classes. Okay, it can be defined using the classes like okay. What are the file stream classes we have? What are the file stream classes do we have? Yeah, we can create the file depending on the context, whether you are performing input or output. Okay, depending on the context, whether we are performing either input or output. Is this clear? So the classes, whatever depends. See, that's what I have mentioned here also. It depends on what we are using. Okay, whether you are writing data or reading data, you are performing. Then we have different steps to open the particular file for read or write operation. Okay. If you want to open a file, we can open file in two ways. One is passing file, that is using the constructor. Okay, and the second one is using the open function. First one is passing file name in constructor at the time of object creation. Meaning of that is using the constructor class. Okay, using the constructor function in a class. Then second one is using open method. Second one is using open method. So in how many ways we can open the file? In how many ways you can open the file? In two ways we can open the file. One is by using the constructor and the other one is by using the open method. Okay, one is by using the constructor and the other one is by using the open function. Next one, is this clear? Constructor and open. Venkata Maheshwara, yes. Then we'll see one by one. So first method is useful, only one file is used in the stream. What's the first method? Opening a file. Okay, opening a file using the constructor. Okay, and second method is one stream, right? Second method is not can be used when you are using multiple files on a single stream. Okay, single stream. Is this clear till? So that with the next. Is this Shiva? Okay. Then the next is we see the first method, opening a file using constructor. Okay. We are opening file using constructor. Okay. Using the constructor, we are going to open the file by using a file name, okay, which is used initialized with the file stream object, which is used to initialize with the file stream object. So in this one, what happens? We are going to create a file stream object to manage the stream using the appropriate class. Right, to manage the stream using the appropriate class. That is the class OF stream is used to create output stream, and the class IF stream is used to create and initialize the file object using the file name. Okay, we are going to initialize the file object using the file name. So how we are going to do that, you see? See, for example, I have a file named results. Okay, this is the file name. We are going to pass. This is an OF stream. Okay, it's a OF stream. It's the name of a class. Output file stream and output file. We are creating an object. Out file is an object which we are creating. OF stream out file results. Okay, OF stream out file results. So this is the name of a class output file stream, right? And out file is an object name and results is a file name. So what we are doing, we are opening the results file for output. We are opening the results file for output, which is being managed by an object called out file. Okay, then in file, that is input stream file. IF stream is a class input file stream. Then in file is a constructor name and data is a file. Okay, data is the name of the file we are having. Then this used for only input. Okay, so we see here I have OF stream out file salary. That means we are creating, okay, we are creating out file and connects it with the salary. We are creating an out file object that is connected with a file, linked with a file called salary. Then in file, okay, in file object is linked with the file called salary. We are creating an input stream object, input file stream object. Name is in file, that is linked with the salary. Okay, that is linked with the salary. Clear? Is the 2 points clear? Yes? Shravya, Ramya. See that you can do it by using IO stream. In case if you are handling the input output, then you can do that IO stream. Okay, Rahul? But as we are doing this with the files here, if we are dealing with input output operations with the file, we need to create an object to file streams only, not to the input output streams. Is this clear? Okay. The next is, so after performing operations, you need to close a file. So we are going to close the file by using, okay, we are going to close the file by using object.close method, right? So when is the file closed here? The connection with the file is closed automatically when the stream object expires. Okay, that is when the program terminates. In the program, when salary first is terminated, then it closes again. The second time also we are opening it once again, so then also it is being closed. Yeah, we can use instead F stream. Gauss, we can use F stream, which can be used for both input as well as output. Okay. See, this is how we are going to close the file. Out file.close, in file.close. Okay, in file was the input file, out file was an output file we have created. So we are closing out file.close, that is output file, and infile dot close for input file. So how do we close a file name called data? How we can close a file name called data? Yes. Right. So we'll take an example. See, I have I'm including fstream header file. Okay, item stream out file item enter name. Okay, enter name. So we are reading that name. Can observe the symbols. See, in case Naga Venkata Karthik, in case if the file is not closed, okay, that means if you, I'm telling about if you are opening one file and trying to read the content of file and trying to write the content on another file, in such cases, what happens is we will forget to close the file. Okay, at the end, in case if you are not closing at the end, it is going to terminate. If the object is if it is ending, if the program comes to an end, it is going to terminate. Is this clear, Karthik? Okay. So I'm reading the name here. For example, item name I'm reading as something like bread. Okay, I'm reading item name as bread. So this bread will be written into an out file. What's the name of our out file? Item. Okay, will be written into a name of our out file called out file. Left shift name. What will be written? Bread will be written into our out file. So which operator I'm using? Less than, less than, less than, and less than. This is an operator which is used to write the data into a file name called item. Then once again I'm entering the cost. So cost I'm entering something like for example I'll write like 45.5. Okay, so the same 45.5 will be written to out file, left shift operator and cost. So which operator I'm using for this? Left shift, which is called as two less than symbols. Yes or no? Two less than symbols are used. Then I'm closing this file. Once I'm opening, I'm writing the content into the file as well as I'm closing. Now see, once again I'm opening that item file. Okay, once again I'm opening that item file for reading here, right? INF. So I have created an object called input file stream INF item. Okay, input file stream INF item. Then here INF, I'm writing name, reading the name and cost. Okay, reading name and cost from the file. So whenever you're reading name from the file, so which operators we are using? Greater than symbol. Okay, when you are reading the data here, we are using greater and we are printing that onto the output and close it. Okay, so you can see the output over here. We are performing operations on single file, same program, right? Compile and run. Enter the item name, right? Item name I'm giving as, for example, bread. Item cost I'm giving as 445. So whatever I have accepted here, bread, that will be returned into an output stream by out file left shift. Okay, and in case if you wanted to read, then it is read by using in file greater symbol. Is this clear? You can see here once again, right? We are reading, so we are using input file greater than symbol, to greater than symbol. In case if you are writing, we have less than symbol, right? Is this clear? Then the second one, we can do the same thing on a multiple file here. See what I am doing in a multiple file. I am opening the file country. right? This is a country, is the name of a file. Country is the name of the file. I am opening this country file. Okay, in which mode I am opening? Output file. So that means I want to write some content onto the file. I wanted to write some content onto this file. So how am I writing here? On this object I wanted to write. So on this output file stream object, I am using left shift symbol, United States of America. Then the next country I am writing as United Kingdom, and the next country I am writing as South Korea. Right? So when I am opening the country file for writing, I am opening, writing and closing. Right? Then another file I am called capital I am opening. Okay, another file called capital I am opening. When I am opening this capital file, see what's the name of an object for capital? F out. So I am writing here as F out, Washington, London, Seoul. These are the capitals for the respective countries which I have given. Then I am closing it. Right. The first file I am storing the countries, and the second file I am storing the capitals. So how I am writing, you have to observe. C out, left shift. Yes. Then I want to read the content. So for reading the content here, I am creating an object to ifstream_fin. Okay, I am writing a content to ifstream_fin. Okay, ifstream_fin. So this input file object is, what's the name of our input file object? fin. Yes. So on this I am opening fin.open country, and I'm displaying the contents of the file. So by using this getLine, what's the purpose of using getLine? Which can read? GetLine can read a line of text. Yes, with the size. Yes or no? Yes. Right. So I'm reading the file fin, right, and opening this country file, and I'm reading the content of this country file and printing it. Okay, and I'm printing it and closing this country file. And the next case, okay, in the next case, okay, in the next case, what we are doing here, I am, see, opening the capitals, opening the content of this, reading the content of the capitals file. I'll show you here multiple files. So what is happening in my program? I am opening a file, open country, in which I have countries, and I'm closing that output stream. Once again, I'm opening output file stream and I'm closing it. Then I'm opening the file name called country in a read mode and reading the content of the country file. Okay, reading the content of a country file by using getLine method. Then again capitals I'm reading and I'm closing it. Okay, and I am closing this. I'll show you compiling. See, like this. I'm writing the content, this country file, and content of capital also I'm writing into the capital file. Then later I'm reading the content of the country file by using the condition called as while fin. Okay, while fin, file, end of the file, till the end of the file it reaches, I'm reading it, then getLine and I'm closing it. Endl, second thing also same. GetLine, line comma n. N is this, I have created one constant, integer constant, which has a value called 80. Then char line of n. We are specifying the line character of size n. Is this clear? Is this clear to you people? These two examples are clear to you? Yes? Okay. So what I'm doing is, I'm enabling the activity. Two activities I'm enabling for you people. Single files, and the other one is multiple files. two activities I have enabled. Those two activities you have to complete. Meanwhile, listen to this quickly. I told you while fin is happening, while fin we are opening this file country till it encounters end of file. In case if you are not specifying an end of file, what happens here? It is going to enter into an infinite loop. Okay, it is going to enter into an infinite loop. So to overcome that situation, what we are supposed to do is we have to clearly mention where to end that particular file here, where you have to end that particular file. So while reading a data from a file, okay, while reading the data from a file, we have to specify where does the file ends. Where does the file ends here? Why we have to specify? In order to avoid the program to enter into an infinite loop. What happens if it is entering into an infinite loop? It will continuously run. So when it is running continuously means that program will be there in a memory for a long period of time, which occupies a memory here, right? So to avoid that situation here, we are going to specify the end of the file. So we have a ending of a file, right? That is, we specify the file end by using a terminator, right? That terminator, right? For example, it returns 0 if any error occurring in the file operation, including the end of the file condition. Okay. While loop terminates when fin end returns value 0 on reaching the end of the file. On reaching the okay. While loop returns or terminates when fin returns a value 0 on reaching the end of the file. So when does it while loop terminate here? It terminates when it reaches an end of the file. So we write like this: fin.eof, file input stream.eof not equal to 0, we have to exit. So what is this eof doing here? End of the file is doing, it returns a non-zero value if the end of the file condition is encountered, otherwise 0. Remember here, eof file end of the file, it returns a non-zero value if the condition is encountered, otherwise it returns a 0. Okay, if it sees an end of the file condition, it gives us a non-zero value, otherwise it gives us a 0 value. Okay, otherwise it gives us a value 0 here. Is this clear? Is this clear to you people? Yes. So I'm enabling the activity. I'll give 5 minutes time you complete those activities. Then later we have one quiz also. We have one quiz. That also I'm enabling. First you complete these two and quiz. Then later we have 2 more programs to do. That will continue. I'll give 5 minutes time. Please do it. Take it serious. Take it as serious here. Don't take it in light. Okay, I'll give 5 minutes time, then I'll continue.